A Pokemon Draft League is one of the most fun ways to play Pokemon. It's where individuals called coaches take turns drafting teams of unique Pokemon and battling each other weekly until one coach is crowned the champion. This format allows for Pokemon that otherwise will never be seen as metagame defining threats actually be good. Because Pokemon Sword and Shield had a 20-minute timer, Draft Leagues took a dive on YouTube and in-game in general. While the format continued to be played on Pokemon Showdown, Wi-Fi battling content was almost non-existent. This all changed in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet when we got the update that allowed us to change the time in friendly competitions. This meant that we could have battles and actually feel satisfied with the ending, which motivated not only myself but other big creators to start battling again on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Thus, Draft League on cartridge has begun to thrive again. It's a format that everyone can enjoy, whether you're playing or rooting for your favorite team on a YouTube video or watch a long stream, or even testing out teams on Pokemon Showdown for your big game. We as a community came together and want to talk a little bit more about Draft League, so let's get into it.
Draft League fans, my name is Jolts, and I am on the admin team for the GBA, the Global Battle Association. The GBA is the original Pokemon Draft League starting way back in Generation 6. Our history is rich and full of stories, legends, and rivalries. From Caliente to Fire Blast Gyarados to a head-smashing Aggron with 2 capital G's, the GBA has provided quality entertainment to Pokemon fans for years. Our founder Steve, aka Magnitude, created the GBA on the idea of combining Pokemon with fantasy sports. The core of Steve's ideas can be found in every draft league across the community. We draft Pokemon, build teams, and compete against each other as coaches because Steve introduced this wonderful format to the YouTube community through the GBA 10 years ago. After a break during the Sword and Shield generation, we are now on the verge of our 10th anniversary season. The GBA has always been a league that innovates, and our 10th anniversary season will certainly follow this path with many exciting renovations to the format. And finally, we love to see people take their shot with Wi-Fi battling. Our eyes are open and watching for new content creators to enter the scene. No matter how big or small, the GBA will always be a place where high-quality content creators can thrive.
Hey guys, it's Ellie here, and today I'm representing the Pokemon Premier League, a draft that's been around since 2014, back in the Aurus days, of course inspired by the GBA. The PPL is a league that has come back in full swing, with a focus on creating quality content for the community, and offers an exclusive channel full of almost daily draft league content. We have a whole family here in the PPL who contribute to content creation, editing, coach interviews, and so much more. A wide variety of talented people all over the world who work hard to bring you the best content that there is around. You may recognise some of our coaches on the roster this season, and we have an even more ambitious plan for Season 2, so make sure to check us out. We're really pushing hard to grow the Wi-Fi scene and make it thrive. We pride ourselves on being the most inclusive space in the community, and we think representation is incredibly important. It opens the door for those who otherwise might never get a voice or have opportunities, which is why both our coaches and our fans are encouraged to be their best authentic selves.
What's going on, beautiful people? I am the Grandmaster, and I also go by D-Ray, your owner and commissioner of the Bridgex Battle Royale. The BBR is a Wi-Fi draft league that has been going for 6 seasons strong since the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon game days, and we're proud to say we have some of the most incredibly talented Wi-Fi draft league battlers and content creators that bring you exciting matches week in and week out, alongside an incredible Discord community that houses one of the few remaining developmental leagues. Our D-League is a space where new YouTube creators can play Wi-Fi draft league. We have big plans this summer, so make sure you keep your eyes out for our Wi-Fi tournament called the Summer Scramble. That is a non-upload required tournament, so if you've ever had the itch and you have the Scarlet and Violet games, this is your opportunity to play draft in the community.
Hey everyone, my name is TJ, and I am one of the 2 community leaders of Smogon's Draft Division. The boom and success that Draft League is currently experiencing isn't just on the Wi-Fi side of things. It was also present at the start of the generation on Pokemon Showdown. The release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet brought about a fresh new era in Draft League. An era where for the first time, Smogon introduced an officially endorsed Draft League project, bringing a new home to the format, following the death of the sports side server that previously contained all Draft League tiers. Smogon Draft not only introduced Draft League tiers onto the Pokemon Showdown website, it also introduced more solo tour events. The Draft League Kickoff Tour, the first event ever hosted by Smogon Draft, was a roaring success, becoming by far the biggest Draft League event ever held, as well as one of the biggest ever held by Smogon. This success led to the introduction of the Draft League circuit, which covered a variety of formats, such as older generations dating back to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, as well as alternative Generation 9 draft formats, such as Low Tier and Little Cup. The the success of Smogon Draft was clear to see, leading to this project becoming an officially independent section, with Rizzo and myself appointed the community leaders. Our goal for Smogon Draft is a simple one: to promote the Draft League scene in a way that makes our corner of the competitive Pokemon community, a format that we all love so much, as accessible and enjoyable to new players as it can possibly be. While this has so far been a resounding success since our inception, we always have to think beyond the present and to plan ahead. In terms of what exactly is next, I'm delighted to announce that Smogon Draft will be teaming up with 3 of the biggest Wi-Fi draft leagues, the GBA, the PPL, and the BBR, who you have heard from previously. This allows for greater connectivity between both the Smogon and the Wi-Fi draft league scenes. As someone that fondly remembers the days of constantly refreshing YouTube on weekends to catch the freshest draft league content, whether it was the GBA, the UCL, or the WBE, it's such a nice feeling to see draft league content on YouTube being as prominent as it used to be back in the day. This collaborative project is an honor for me to make reality, and is my way of saying thank you to the Wi-Fi scene, who I owe my gratitude to for getting me to start playing this format all those years ago. If you do have any interest in trying out the format for yourself, please do check out our Smogon Draft Discord server and our subforum, which we use for our frequently run tours, advertising events taking place across the community, and as a hub for all Draft League players to come together and to enjoy themselves. I would like to thank everyone involved in the project for being so cooperative and enthusiastic about the idea of bringing our scenes together. The future is bright for all of Draft League, and I am very much excited for what it has in store. I leave you with one simple question: why should you play Draft League? Well, it's time to find out that answer for yourselves.